Bike Walk Knoxville wants to hear from people who have been hit or almost hit by a car while walking or cycling in the past year. They say their new survey will help the group better understand the risks of walking and bicycling in the Knoxville area. Also wants to hear from people in Blount, Anderson, Loudoun, and Sevier counties. People who complete the survey will be eligible for rewards. You can find a link at WBIR.com. The Fountain of Youth